So, season 3 of The Walking Dead continues with an episode called...
Wait, did you say season 3?
I'm sorry, episode 3 of season 8.
I was like, we're
My
in the
bad.
prison now, huh, Steven?
My bad. So, yes, episode 3 of season 8 continues what began as a siege on the Saviors, and things have gone well and not so well at different turns. And how does this start off? Well, first of all, the name of the episode is Monsters.
Ooh.
And I believe episode 2 ended with Rick being confronted by Morales, a kind of a side character from season 1 who separated from the group. I want to say they separated when they all decided to go to the CDC.
That's correct. And he was like, my family and I are going to Atlanta. And they were like, have fun. The funny thing about this, my brother and I, we had a tradition where we rewatched all The Walking Dead on DVD before the next season.
Oh, man.
We didn't do it this year because we didn't want to watch the last season, and we don't have it on DVD because it sucks.
What, season 7?
Yeah.
I love season 7.
But
just that it leads up to this.
The last time we watched it and the part came where Morales left, we were like, just because it was around the time when Morgan had come back in the current stuff back then, and so I was like, we joked about it. I remember I specifically said to him, I was like, watch this guy, this Mexican dude or whatever. I was like, he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back soon. And it was like, it was a total joke. Like, I was I was just like, wouldn't it be cool or funny
Morgan's
if he came
really
back?
the only one who's like come back from that like later, much later on.
And so yeah, I was like, it was just a joke. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if he came back? And then that night when he came on the screen, I wasn't even sure if it was him. Right? Did you have the same thing? I was kind of
I was like. It took me a second. I'm like...
Yeah, when I first saw him, I was like...
Well, I don't recognize the name, but I recognize him.
Yeah. Then when I saw Rick's face, I was like, that is the Hispanic dude. And so I just looked at Spencer and I was just like, dude...
I was right.
I was like, remember? But anyways, that's just a funny note, I guess.
Yeah. It's nice. It was... out of left field, no one was expecting it.
It's a small world after all.
And then poor Morales, he gets taken out really quick by Daryl. Even though Rick told him not to shoot, Daryl just kind of he's kind of gotten into the zone where he doesn't care.
Yeah, but I was with him on that one, killing that guy because whatever. But later on, he does a thing. It's not cool.
Right, and I guess I can kind of get behind what you're talking about with him just taking Morales out.
What else? What other option, really? I mean, knock him out.
Well,
and
especially after you hear him talking.
Yeah, he's
Rick.
gone mad.
Yeah, he's already gone. So, we have a situation with Morgan. Mm-hmm. So, in the previous episode. There was a lot of continuation from episode 2, so we kind of have to cover a little bit of episode 2 a little bit. They're trying to raid a Savior outpost. Morgan is with two guys from the hilltop. They get taken down. They get shot down. But he's still alive, so he gets up. He I think at one point, in episode 2, they got all the way to the point where they had the prisoners. Yeah. And that's where we left off season 2. Well, now...
And Tara and Morgan wanted to kill him.
Right.
Which they should, but... Yeah.
Tara and Morgan want to kill them. Jesus is saying, don't do it. Let's get into the hilltop, let Maggie decide. So they're kind of all vulnerable, walking out in the open... And
they're gonna get away, and they're gonna be a problem. It's like seriously, it's just.
And wouldn't you know it, they get attacked by walkers on their way, and those saviors get away. Well, some no,
they don't get away. Morgan chases after them,
and one of them gets shot by
Morgan shoots him, and I was like, you remember they were on the ground. Morgan was like, and I thought he was about to go to town and kill off, and I was like, yes, but then.
But so Jesus steps in again, and then something it kind of took me by surprise where Morgan starts fighting him.
Yeah, he's out of control.
And not I'm so angry with you. I just want to want to beat the snot out of you. It's more
He's
like I'm trying to kill you with my stick kind of fighting.
Yeah, he's like, I want you gone so that I can kill these guys. Like stop being so annoying.
Yeah. And Jesus is kind of doing all these like ninja like dodges, and he's kind of like Morgan in this state is kind of unstoppable. So it was like it was something else to see someone just be able to just counter everything he could do and just be like,
he's like, are we done?
Yeah, he kept giving him chance to give up. Like I think twice he was like, are we done now? So he even gets Morgan's stick away from him at one point. So that was cool. I liked that happened, but it does show you like, okay, Morgan's
and then he leaves,
not all
which
there.
Stinks because they kind of need him, but
he's like, I can't be here.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I can't be a part of this.
I can't be a part of this.
Something like that. And then they get to the hilltop.
They get to the hilltop,
but also someone else gets to the hilltop.
Oh, Gregory.
Yeah.
And okay, if anyone deserves to like just be left out to let walkers have him, it's Gregory.
Yeah, I have.
He convinces Maggie to let him in. And
he's such a little weasel. I just hate him.
He's a snake weasel.
Yeah,
is what he is.
Weasel snake.
And so he gets in, and then he
starts like
he doesn't
like he has like the ability to give orders.
Right, and he doesn't want, and Maggie just puts him right in his
place.
Oh
yeah,
like,
it's
she's
great.
Just like, you shut up. Yeah, shut your face
up, Gregory.
Yeah, shut up, Gregory. It's great. And I don't know if we know what kind of decision she's going to make on the fate of the saviors that they brought back to the hilltop.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, so I think it's still up in the air. So the other thing that is happening, let me think, is it Rick and Daryl? Because we don't see a whole lot. We see a little bit of the saviors, or not saviors, the kingdom kind of still doing stuff. They haven't lost anyone yet. But I kind of want to get back to that at some point. So let's see. Oh yes. So there was a big thing. The shootout at the Savior's compound that I want to say it's Aaron and Eric. Eric, I think we saw towards the end of episode 2, he had gotten shot in the stomach.
Oh yeah. He's dead now.
Right. Well, that is what happens. Like he
probably not though.
No, that
really?
was him. That was
him.
him.
How do you know?
You need to watch The Talking Dead, man.
Oh, did they say that it was?
Yeah, they absolutely said that was him walking away at the end.
Oh, okay. Because like when that stuff happens, I'm like super skeptical of it when they don't actually show the person. You know?
Well, and I don't blame you. The way that was shot, it was kind of confusing. Yeah. But so let's get into that. So yes, Eric has a gunshot wound to the stomach. There's an exit wound, so that's a good sign. You know, the bullet's not in him anymore. They, of course, have a scene together, Aaron and Eric. And I'm sorry, even if you are in support of a homosexual lifestyle, I don't see how, if you're straight, you can stomach two men kissing. I don't see how you can do it.
Yeah,
it to me it just turns my stomach. So
I was like,
I didn't like that part.
Yeah, that was the part of the episode where I was just like, this is kind of like, I didn't care about any of it. Like, I don't know, like,
why is any of this important?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
well, the thing is, like, it's not even just because they were gay. Like, I don't even care. Like, whenever the show brings in like two like lovers just in general, and they're like, you should care about their relationship. It does that sometimes, you know. And it's like, I never care. I'm just like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It's like tries to make you care, and it's like,
with the exception of Glenn and Maggie.
Well, yeah, but because they had been around for so long, it wasn't like forced. You know?
They were like the sweethearts of the apocalypse.
They were, at least.
They were. So keep Aaron goes back to the fight. He goes back to where and everything kind of gets finished off. He goes back to where Eric was. Eric's not there anymore, and he sees like a walker walking into the fields away, and he feels like he's got to go and take him out. Like it's his job to end Eric once and for all as a walker. Mm-hmm. And then this is the confusing part to me. One of the other people, I guess in Alexandria, comes up and is just like, "That's not him."
He said that?
Yes. He tells Aaron, "That's not him." So at first I was like, "Oh, so Eric's alive." So I thought he was just like, "That's not him. He's over here. We're getting him help." Something like that. But no, that's not what he meant. What he meant was, that's his walker, but that's not him anymore, is what he really... And if he had just said, "That's not him anymore," I wouldn't have been confused. But yeah, I had to watch The Talking Dead afterwards to kind of get confirmation that Eric did die, and that even wasn't like an extra, dressed up as him. That was the actual actor.
Okay.
So, yes, Eric died of a gunshot wound. Aaron was very upset. Oh, also, towards the end of the episode, kind of covering what your problem with Daryl was. So Rick and Daryl, they get out of where they are, where they had been cornered by some saviors about trying to find the guns. They get out of there and they corner a random savior, and he tells them where the guns had been moved to. And Rick's gonna let him go. And once they get the information out of him, what happens?
Yeah, the worst part about it is like, so he literally says, "You have my word," and he says, "There's not a lot that's worth much these days."
Right,
but a man's
Rick
word
gives his word.
That's still got to be worth something, right? And so it's like you're like, I don't know. Rick's just like struggling with like his morals lately. So it's like, and you can tell that it's really like getting at him the way Daryl's just like just killing everyone. And so so he says, "You have my word," and the guy comes out, and then Daryl just pops him off. Yeah. And I was just like, whoa. Which I can't say that I wasn't really I wasn't expecting it, because that kind of was like, okay, Daryl.
So what he's doing, maybe not so much with the case with Morales, but definitely in this case, he's kind of breaking the rules of warfare. Yeah. Like you don't hold your enemy captive, say you're going to let them live, and then kill them once you get what you need. You just don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like Rick gave the dude his word, and now it's almost like he's gonna start feeling like he doesn't even have that, And so it's like, what is there, So it just sucked. I was really annoyed.
And we find out what happens to the baby, Gracie.
Yes, if you weren't gonna say it, I was gonna say it at the very end. That was the best part about the episode. Gracie lives.
Yeah, Gracie's okay.
I was like,
and Aaron takes her. Yeah. Aaron takes her to the hilltop, and where there's going to be a family that can take care of her.
I was so distraught about that.
I was like, oh my, because of course.
I was like, what about the baby?
Yeah, episode 2, he kills a random guy, and the dude was just protecting his baby.
Yeah, I was like, the baby though, and then and so they didn't address it, and I was like, my brother and I, we were both just like, so Spencer was like. That was the most disturbed thing that he was disturbed about in that episode. He's like, okay, I just want to know what's gonna happen to that baby. And then
I don't care about anyone else. Rick and Daryl, forget it.
At the end of the episode, he was so happy. He was like, Gracie lives.
That was a nice moment.
It's a cute baby, man.
And then, of course, how does the episode end? King Ezekiel with the kingdom. Yeah. He's feeling great because they haven't.
And yet I smile. Not one of our ranks.
Yeah, not one of our ranks.
No, sorry, all of them.
No one's been taken out, and
then you're not going to lose one of your ranks. You're going to lose all of them.
You're going to lose all of them. Oh my goodness! And then it happens within the last 5 seconds of the episode. He sees something and he screams out "scatter," and. A bunch of the people start getting shot up, and a whole bunch of people jump onto Ezekiel to shield him, and they get shot up. And then that's it. That's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I knew it. This always happens when they get too confident. It's like the writers just build them up to
break them down.
Yeah, to break them down. So I haven't really been giving ratings of episodes this season, but I've been loving this season since the season premiere.
Yeah, it has been good.
And even though it's still like we're still just like a few hours, same day, a few hours into the day since the beginning of everything. Yeah. I think it's holding up well. It's basically delivering on all. What I loved about season 7 is that you had all of this tension build up. You know, not a whole lot of stuff happened, but it was all like tension building. And so far, season 8 has been delivering on, okay, let's just fight it out.
Yeah.
You know, saviors versus everyone else. So I love how season 8 has been playing out so far. This is the 3rd episode. They did say that the first 4 episodes were going to be basically all the like action packed, and then things are going to start to slow down.
Yeah, it's kind of happening
episode
eventually.
5. So yeah, you can't have all action all the time. You've got to back off of it. Let people process stuff. So I like the way it's going. Do you like the way season 8's been so far?
I do too. It's definitely a breath of fresh air because last season was a little too boring for me. There were some good episodes, but for the most part, it was kind of But yeah, it's definitely been good. Like I was talking to you about earlier, I wasn't too big of a fan of the season premiere. Like, it was good, but like I said, I didn't feel that. Like, there's a certain like investment that you have when you watch stuff, when you understand like the game plan and what they need to accomplish, and it's like, and you see them like, and you're like rooting for them to do that thing, you know?
Right.
And there wasn't really that in the season premiere. It was like, it was really vague about, you know, it did it on purpose, vague about the plan and stuff. And so
yeah,
I didn't really enjoy like trying to piece it together as they were doing it, because like I want to be like, okay, this is what they need to do, go and do it and stuff, you know?
Right.
So that was kind of not as good to me, but I like now that we kind of have an understanding, you know, like there's like the thing with the guns in it or whatever that they're like chasing down.
They were after the guns, and
so that's good because it gives you something to see and be like, okay, like they need to get this done. It makes you more invested.
Yeah, so, up until then, it was just kind of like,
it's just,
they're just attacking.
Some
Negan.
people are here fighting. Some people are there. They're doing some things. They have like a list of things that they somehow got, whatever. But yeah, it's shaping up kind of more. So it's definitely it's been a good season so far, definitely.